Hello, and it's now time for another one of my weekly DVD watches. And the first one, I'm gonna probably take about 3-4 minutes to do a little insight on because there's 12 movies into it, and I took some notes. And yeah, that should be interesting. And it would be Bloodsuckers. It's a 12 movie pack. I paid $5 for a couple of years ago for Halloween. Yeah, it was not really that good because there wasn't too many good movies onto this. The first one I watched was Bloodsucker Babes from Burbanks, and that was about after finding Angelica's box in a dig, the jewels inside turn women into flesh-eating cannibals. There's a lot of blood and gore, but the cheap kind, just like the acting. I never knew vampires had to go naked to eat. Yeah, because all the girls have to go down to their bra and panties to feed, and they're really, yeah. Next one is Lifeblood, which is vampires looking to resurrect an old vampire, but need an ancestor to do so. While this man, Spencer, is hunting for the one who killed his wife. Good story, another cheap movie, and how the vampires kill is funny. No biting, but with a knife. Yeah, they slice their throats, and that's how they feed. Weird. A Vampire's Tale, man hunting a vampire that killed his wife. Yeah, it seems like a recurring story. Turns a woman to get the link to him, but she falls for the vampire with the twist in the end. A lot of the same sex scenes and not bad story. Yeah, the sex scenes in this were in that one were recurring all over the like same thing over and over and over and over and over. That's almost all what you seen for the whole movie. Next one is Bloodbound. Two ex-cops after seeing a vampire. One goes towards killing them while one becomes one. After they go after his family, he goes after his friend and stopping a natural okay movie with not bad story, like how you know flashbacks because they're in black and white. Miss Answorth's new neighbor in the neighborhood, and guess what? She sucking is a sucking the life out of everyone. After a doctor finds out, he tries to stop her while her neighbor falls for her. Not a real good vampire movie. She walks in the sun, and you have the remove the heart to kill them. Boring, slow pace. Yeah, that one wasn't really that good. Hollywood vampire man named Blood trying to start his own cult, and it comes down to a final battle with him and the other guy. Yeah, good story, but wasn't that bad. Immortal Dex is a young musician with a secret of being a vampire. He has a deal with his music career, girlfriend, and life. So far, it was the least favorite of all the movies. Also goes out in the sun. Like that's a recurring thing in all these movies. All the vampires go out in the sun. Kind of stupid. Next one would be Night. Mike is changing and can't believe what it is. It's a vampire. Ooh, laugh out loud. Very cheap acting, but good story. This darkness, which is Van Helsing has to find a cure for what is killing the vampires. It's an alright movie. Also, vampires eat everything. Like they don't leave anything. They even eat the bones, everything like that. Shower of Blood, a girl decides to stay at her uncle's with her friends, but discovers that her family secret that they are, you got it, a vampire. Too much nudity for my liking in a horror movie, and it's very corny. Yeah, like she walked around with a shirt called say Super Tease. Yeah. Next one is Vampire Hunter, young artist having a hard time to get his career going until someone comes interested in his work. Too bad he is a vampire and has to use his martial arts to stop him. Shows a lot of him working out and looks like it was filmed by a VHS camcorder. Also, you see a Army of Darkness poster left like right in the background. You'll see an Army of Darkness poster of one of the people, which I found very funny. Strange things happen at sundown. Mob vampire Jimmy Fang wants a man who stole 100 grand from him dead and then follows everyone's life. Great movie with a comedy, gore, and story. My favorite of the series of movies, and the longest movie on this set, but over 2 hours. And I would say that would be my favorite movie of the whole thing. And that is my review on Bloodsuckers. Ugh, yeah, not really a good pack. If you see it, and it's really cheap, pick it up maybe. I paid $5 and I still say it's overrated. Next one would be Airplane 2, the sequel. Um, it's a spoof movie of the airplane movies. And yeah, there's not much to say about this. If you haven't seen it already, pick it up. Good watch. The William Shatner acts into that one. Next one would be Candy Stripers, where aliens or demons, whatever you want to call them. No, an alien spacecraft lands in a small. Okay. Um, they take the life of women, and then they have to eat men, and they're trying to repopulate, and they're addicted to sugar. Not a bad horror movie. Wasn't the best, but it's not as bad. Not that bad. One of my favorite action horror sci-fi movies, and it's the series that I like. And the second one, it's a big debate of which one's better, the second or the first one. And I swing both ways, and that would be Predator 2 with Danny Glover. I love this movie. I also love the first one, and I also love Predators. But yeah, like in this one here, you see more. This one here, he's in a city environment, and he's hunting gang members, and Danny Glover's the man that has to go after him because he killed two of his squad already. And the Predator has more weapons in this one. He has the spear, he has the netting, the laser. Yeah, like he's more equipped, everything like that. You see him patching himself up in the bathroom, which you never seen in the first one. All you seen was him driving the thing into his leg, and because you didn't see what the Predator was. And Danny Glover does call him what it is, pussy face. You look at his face and you tell me that it doesn't look like a pussy. Next one is Lake Placid. It's about a big alligator in a small town lake, and a woman feeding the alligator, played by Betty White. And it's the first time I actually hear Betty White swearing and cursing, because you never see that. Especially from an old woman, you wouldn't expect that at all. But yeah, very good movie. I like this one out of the whole 4 movies they have, and I never seen the fourth one. Don't think I am ever am going to, unless I find it very cheap on DVD, because I do own 2 and 3, and those will be watched soon. Another one of my favorite movies, and by one of my favorite actors, Johnny Depp, and that is From Hell. To me, this is a good Jack the Ripper story movie. It does a lot of insight on the killer, everything like that. Johnny Depp plays a good inspector, and he has visions of people when he takes drugs, and he has to try to save the hooker that he loves. And yeah, I'm not going to ruin the ending for you. You have to watch it for yourself. If you haven't watched it, I would recommend it. This is one of my favorite horror movies. Well, mystery suspense movie. I wouldn't consider this horror, but yeah, one of my favorite. And that's all of what I watched this week. I know, not very good movies, but well, set aside Predator and Lake Placid and From Hell, but the first 3 ones, yeah. So that's my weekly DVD watches, and I probably won't have one up for another 2 weeks because I'm gonna catch up on my TV series online that I like watching. So I will catch you in 2 weeks with this, and I'll probably have another video game review up within the next couple days. So take her easy, and tell me what you've been watching lately. I would like to know.